Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. I ran down here to our homeschool room, and I'm going to show you what we got yesterday at the homeschool conference that Matt and I attended. We attended the 2019 conference, the INCH conference. These were our badges. We each got one, and then they have a Friday and Saturday schedule. We could definitely go back today if we wanted to with our tickets, but I think I got everything that I possibly could have needed there yesterday. So I'm going to show you what I ended up getting. Somebody asked me if I could talk about the conference. This was our very first conference, and Matt went, with me. We went as teacher and principal of our homeschool. We ended up taking Mason and Mina with us, and I will tell you, it was a lot of fun. They had a blast. They were able to get their hands on some things. They had a lot of input on the books that I ended up choosing, the games that I ended up choosing. It was a very bonding moment, at least for Mason and I, who shopped a lot together. Mina, she's still 3. She just wanted to look at everything and touch everything. So, but it was great for Matt and I to do this together. I would really recommend doing it if you homeschool, going, with your husband or with your wife if you're a homeschooling dad, and doing it. It's a real bonding experience, and choosing things, choosing different items and tools to help you educate your children. So it was a lot of fun. It was exhausting. I walked a lot. And I got my exercise in, let's just say that. So it was a fun day. We did the used book curriculum in the morning, and then we went and had lunch, and then we went back for the afternoon for the exhibit hall with all the new curriculum. And so, but as you see on here, there are a lot of workshops you can take. Matt and I didn't do any of those, but there are a ton of different workshops and different seminars that you can attend. And we chose not to do that this year, but you never know, down the road we might choose to participate in that. So, okay, without making this, because this video is going to be long enough as it is. So, Heather, stop your yakking. All right, so first and foremost, I'm going to show you guys what I got for free, just to give you an idea of what they give away at a homeschool conference, at least at the one that we attended. So they had a whole booth on Michigan, and we're Michiganders. So I was able to pick up 2 of these mats. That's the back, and then this is the front of Michigan. I grabbed one for Mason and one for Mina. So huge laminated maps, state maps, which will come in handy when we do, because I do plan on doing a whole unit study on just the state of Michigan, because that's our home state. Some of the other things that you'll receive for free: magazines. I got tons of different magazines, and you're going to get a whole lot of books, a whole lot of pamphlets, a whole lot of flyers. Mason is in 4-H club. Now, Mina is too little to join 4-H yet, but they still include her when she goes to the club meetings or the classes. Right now, Mason is taking some STEM classes. And he is in an art show, actually, this Wednesday. So we'll be doing that through 4-H. And Michigan Adventures actually has a 4-H day just for 4-H kids. So we're going to be taking Mason and Mina to that. Just a lot of fun. A lot of good information. You'll get a lot of information stuff there. Okay, the free things that I received over at Sunlight, they ended up giving me this little reading book, a really nice booth. I talked to the lady there for quite a while. There was also a free table in the used curriculum sale, and Matt was able to find this book, Alaska Science Nuggets. It's all about the state of Alaska, which is a little advanced for us right now, but it was free. So definitely will be putting it up there. I put a lot of the older things up there that we will use down the road. So grabbed that. At the Michigan booth, I was also able to pick up Little People's Beginning on Michigan, which is like a coloring book. And so I grabbed one for Mason and one for Mina. They also had amazing Michigan book of puzzles. So again, I grabbed one for Mason and one for Mina. And I keep all of their things on this is Mina's side and this is Mason's side. So I'm able to store these books so that each one has their own and I don't mess them up. Also at the free table, the free Michigan table, they had these beautiful books. This one is Our Michigan Adventure, and it's actually listed as like a textbook for schools. So an absolutely beautiful book on our state. Absolutely free. I mean, this should be like a $30 book. So I was able to get that, and that's from Hillsdale Educational Publishers. And then I was also able to get this book for free. This is Forging Our Peninsulas. Many people forget that Michigan has two parts, an upper and a lower peninsula. And so this book will be amazing. So these I will be saving for when they're a little bit older, but I will definitely be using this in our lesson planning. So those were our free, absolutely free books. Can't go wrong with free. All right, so I'm going to show you the new things that I bought, and then I'm going to show you the used things that I ended up buying. So new, I ended up buying a new dry erase board. The one that I currently have has the lines, which I like to use for language arts, but we really needed one for math in a place that we could work out math problems. So I picked up this, and this was $4.20. And then I picked up placemats here. So the first placemat that I got was cursive, because we're going to be learning cursive writing pretty soon. So I thought that would come in handy. These were each $3.50. I picked one up on weather because I thought it was really cool. It teaches you all about clouds and different severe weather, gases in dry air, just a lot of cool stuff. So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed one on rocks and minerals, and then to go with this I ended up finding Native Rock Collection, and this was only $5.50. They had a set for $4 and it didn't include the case, and it only had 12 samples. So I thought this was a really good deal. We'll definitely be incorporating this in our science lessons, which is mainly what I went there for. I have my language arts, I have our math. I really was going there to fill a void in science and history. So that's what my focus was going there at this homeschool convention. So you'll notice that most of my things are aimed towards science and history. Okay, moving on, we are learning all about money right now. So I was able to pick up this bag of coins, and this was $3.50. They're just a better quality than the current set that I have, and the current set that I have, I don't have nearly as many coins. And since Mina is also learning with Mason, because she wants to do everything he does, I thought having a nice big bag of coins would come in handy for the both of them. I also grabbed these just because they were fun at the checkout. These are mini electric thinking putties. So just some fun putty. I got Mason the one in orange, the melon one, and then I got this one for Mina in the purple and pink because those are her favorite colors. Mason wanted a jump rope and he already opened it. This was $2.50, so the kids don't own a jump rope, and I thought they'd probably like to play with that outside. Also, because we're working on learning money, I picked up this game, Money Wise. This was $9.90. and it teaches kids all about, oh, sorry about the glare, guys, and sorry about the slow focus of my camera. Math and money skills. So you learn on here addition and subtraction, multiples of 5, 10, and 15, place values, ones, tens, and hundreds. That's what we're actually learning right now in math. Making correct change, money management, budgeting and saving, counting in denominations of 1 to 100, exchanging small bills for larger bills of equal value. So there's 2 different kinds of games that you can play with this. So for $10, I picked that up. Also in math, I picked this up because we are just starting to learn fractions. So this was $10, and this came in a little case like this, and it teaches you all about, so down there, sorry, I'm going to try to do all this one-handed. So there's a whole, and then it shows them what a half looks like. And then these are stuck with tape, but these will come off. There's a third, and then a quarter, and then a fifth, and a sixth, and an eighth, and 1/10, and 1/12. So I thought that would come in handy. Mason is a visual learner, so if you try to teach a concept to him, having things that are hands-on that he can actually physically hold and play with really drives it home for him. And then this was in my Amazon cart forever. And I think in my Amazon cart, it's about $15 or $17, and I just haven't pulled the trigger on it, but I was able to get it for $9.95, and again, into fractions. So same concept as this. This is just in the bars. So I plan on adding this to our math. We've got lots of math stuff over here. Manipulatives. So I've got the Math UC blocks back there. And then in here, which I picked this up, you guys, this case, Walmart, $12. But inside here, I have all of their math. So I have it divided into first grade and kindergarten. This is Mina's side, that is Mason's side. And I have all of our manipulatives for math in here. So from our clocks to our flashcards and our beads and all of that I have in here. So I have a couple of empty spaces in here that I'm going to be adding these to, just to kind of keep everything together. All right, and then we are also learning about our presidents in social studies. This is the social studies book that I'm currently using, which is first grade essentials for social studies. And we're touching on presidents. We also have a president's poster that we have hanging in our classroom. And Mason loves learning about the presidents. So I picked this up. This was $11.50, and it comes like a big giant key, and it fans out. And so you can see all the heads, so all the faces of the presidents, and then information about each one down below. So I thought that would come in handy. I also bought some used books that are going to go with this as a unit study, so I picked that up. And then dice. We play with dice every single day in our classroom. We actually roll it right on our train table because you can roll dice and it won't fall off the edges. So Mason and I had a blast. Him and I went shopping alone while Matt rested with Mina at a table, and him and I shopped for dice. They had so many. Now these ran between $1 and $2. I picked up a pink one and a blue one. This is a double die, so there's like a little dice inside there. If you can see that, if it'll focus. So we'll be using this for addition and subtraction. We also picked up a new dice. I have one similar to this, but it only goes from numbers 0 to 9, and this one goes and has higher numbers. So you see the 11 and 12 there. So we'll be using this for math. Mason picked this up. I said, that's a little advanced for you, but it's his favorite color, which is red, and it had a lot of numbers, and he wants to use it for math. So I said, all right, get it. So we also grabbed that. And then these were pretty fun. So we are currently learning, of course, days of the week. There's a focus. We started learning these, of course, in kindergarten, but we're still reinforcing it. Mina will be learning her days of the week soon. So I grabbed this. This is the days of the week. And then they also had this one, which is months of the year, and this is what Mason is currently learning now. I will definitely be using these in our homeschool room on a daily basis. And then I picked this one up because I thought this was really cool. These are all of the continents. So on one side you have the pictures of the continent, and on the other side you have the actual name of the continent. So we will eventually be incorporating this into our schoolroom. And then Mason and Mina, whenever they argue, they play rock, paper, scissors. That's how they decide. That's how they solve their arguing. So if they want to play with the same thing, or somebody wants a different, certain Hot Wheel car, whatever it is, whatever the argument is, they always settle it with rock, paper, scissors. And we found a rock, paper, scissors dice there. So Mason's like, please, can I have it? And I was like, absolutely. So now they can use this to solve their arguments. So we grabbed that. All right, so that is it with my new stuff. Let me change your battery real fast and we'll get on to the All right, I lied. One more thing. I found a periodic table. This is one of the only things that we don't have for our schoolroom, and I was able to find this nice big poster. It's laminated, $3, and it's in great condition. That was a fantastic find. All right, now to the used. So I will hit the more expensive things first. This was $10, and it's a complete set. So there are no missing pieces. This is called Made for Trade. It's a game of early American life. You learn how to trade and barter with this game, and it comes with shillings and character pieces. So I thought this would be a lot of fun, especially when we get into history. My kids love learning through play. So, of course, all kids do, right? They do really well when I incorporate games or just fun things, like as simple as, rolling dice. I grabbed that because I thought that would be great for history. The second thing, and the most expensive thing that I bought at the entire conference, was this. Now this, I believe, runs about between $60 and $75 brand new. I was able to get it for $25, and it's the learning palette. I think I carried this around because it was the most expensive thing. It was $25. I carried it around for a little bit, and I was like, it's just such a great deal. I'm gonna get it because it's exactly what we're learning, and Mina will get a lot of use out of this. So with this, you of course get the learning palette. And then it had everything with it that we needed. So this one is on counting, but with this you've got counting, addition, and subtraction. So came with that. It came with the packet of numeration. So it came with the step 1, step 2, and step 3 with numbers. And then it came with the reading, rhyming words. Let me see what else is in here. Beginning consonants, the alphabet, and beginning vocabulary. This Mina will be able to get a lot of use out of. And just to show you what it includes, I'm just going to open up one packet to show you. So in this, you get all of the discs that come with this. And there are a ton of them. So a lot of gameplay, which, like I said, my kids absolutely love. And so the more games and the more play I can incorporate into their curriculum, the better. So a lot of information here. There's a lot of games here to play. For $25, it was worth it for me. All right, and then the used books. So I found this. This was 25 cents. And this is just to show you some of the samples and what the pricing would be like if you went to a conference. All right, so this is an Usborne book, and it's called What Makes You Ill. And for 25 cents, I thought it was a great book. It talks about germs. It talks about bad food. It talks about hygiene. It talks about what happens to your body when you get sick, how to get over a sickness, how to avoid it, and all of that. So for 25 cents for an Usborne book, I thought that was a fantastic deal. Matt picked this book up for 10 cents. Now, all of this has to do with, like I said, I went there for science and history. So this would run along the science line. And the book of dinosaurs here talks about all different kinds of dinosaurs. So that was 10 cents. Hurricanes, again, goes back to science. This was 25 cents. And this is a Scholastic book. And actually Mason found this and asked if he could have it. And I was like, absolutely. So we put it in our buggy. So that's a book all about hurricanes. This one was just a fun book, but for 50 cents, it's a classic. And this is Are You My Mother? And this is one of the ones that we did not have. So we grabbed that. Goes back to history. This was 50 cents. Again, it'll tie back into learning about our presidents. This is If You Grew Up with Abraham Lincoln. So good read aloud book. Reptiles. This was 25 cents in science. Book all about reptiles. For science, this was $2, but this is full of really basic and fun science experiments. And so I thought the kids would really enjoy this, so I picked that up. This was in history and geography. This is also an Usborne book, and I actually wanted to buy this book in the new book section, and this was $20. We were able to get it for $3 in the used book sale. Yeah, there you go, Heather. So we picked that up. Greek myths and legends. This was in science. This was $1, and this is a State Birds coloring book. Mina loves to color, so Matt actually found that one and picked that up for her. This is under history and geography. This is We the People. I paid 50 cents for this and absolutely love it. And it also has a sample of the Declaration of Independence. So I will actually be probably removing it from this book and hanging this on our wall. Really good find for 50 cents. Under history and geography, this book was $5, but again, it ties back into our presidents and the unit study that I'm going to have for that. And Mason loves to learn the wacky things about presidents that made them unique or different. I thought this would be a fun book to read about each one of the presidents. Just some fun facts. So that was $5. Okay, the next book is Famous Americans, again under history and geography, and this is just full of famous people. So we've got Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King, and there's Helen Keller in here, and Susan B. Anthony, and Sacagawea, just a ton of people. Famous Americans, $1. This one falls under science. This is 100 things that you should know about inventions. So it really has some cool fun facts. Mason loves fun facts. So I thought he would really enjoy this book. Also under science, I was able to find this 3 set. These were $1 a piece. It answers really easy, like really common questions that kids have. So this one is Wings, Wheels, and Sails. And it talks about, you know, how do ships float, and how do trains stay on their tracks? How are cars tested? How are cars made? What's the fastest car? How do planes stay in the air? just those kinds of things. So this would all fall under science. So this one is sun, stars, and planets, and this one asks things like, you know, how does a rocket go so fast, and how do satellites stay up in the air, and those kind of things. And then this one is air, light, and water. This one is, you know, how do fountains and hoses work? Can water flow uphill? Why does water freeze? Why can we blow bubbles? Just a lot of fun questions that kids have that get answered in these books. So for $3 for a set of 3, I thought those were great for science. This was just a fun book that I found, The Treasury of Little Golden Books. And this is full of all the little golden book stories, you guys. How fun. And so I had to get this because, you know, we read a nighttime story to the kids every night. They usually climb into my bed and we read a story. I thought this would be great to add to our collection. So that was $3. Under history and geography, for $1, I found a thematic unit on Native Americans. So again, this will go back to early American history when we get to that. So there's a lot of fun things in here. One of the things that caught my eye was this, how to make a skin story, and use a paper bag for this. So a lot of fun crafts in here. So we'll definitely be getting a lot of use out of this. And then last but not least, this was $2 again under history and geography, and this is the Pilgrims at Plymouth. So we'll definitely be using this as well. We had a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of people. I tell you, so many, even just waiting in line, I met so many other moms that I was able to chit chat with. It was just a really good atmosphere. Happy people that are there to educate their children, people that were extremely helpful, and everyone was very kind and generous. It was a really good time. We had a blast. Matt had a blast. I was like, so did you like it? Would you go back with me? He's like, absolutely. He's like, yeah, I had a great time. So I would say wear comfy shoes, be prepared to walk a lot, and bring a lot of shopping bags. We brought, there's all our shopping bags. So I brought a ton of bags, and they actually are very nice there. They had a lot of reusable bags. Really great experience. I had a fantastic time. If we didn't live so far from Lansing, I'd go again today. But I think I did enough damage, and I really did go there. I would say that. I would say if you go to a conference, whatever your agenda is, whatever you're looking for, and if that's for a box curriculum, if that's for manipulatives, if you're just going there for language arts, you need to, whatever it is that your homeschool needs strength in, I would say focus on that. Go in there with a plan. I went in there with a budget. I stayed way under budget. I really went in there with the plan of getting things for history and science. The additional things that I was able to find for math was a bonus. Little things like this was a bonus, of course, that, and money. But those are things right now that we are currently using. Keep in mind what you're going there for. That's what I would say. Otherwise, it can be very overwhelming. There's just a lot to look at. There's a lot to take in. So if you don't go in with a plan, I would say it could be a little overwhelming, and you could end up spending a lot of money. One other thing. Somebody asked me if I could talk about this, that we keep all of our pencils and our glue and all of the things that we use. It's always messed up. I always have to come in here and fix it. Things are always messy in here because the kids use it. The kids use it. They love it. If they use markers, they take off the marker thing, and you know, that's what's great about it. You know, it comes out like a pie. I got this on Amazon. I will try to find the link. If I can find the link, I will link it down below for you. But we do love this. This is a great addition to our homeschool room. We keep it right on our desk. Also, the crayons, because several of you have asked me about the crayon holders. I also got these on Amazon. This was our first one, and then the kids loved it so much, I got a second one. I bought this one actually for Mina for Christmas. So now Mason has one, Mina has one. As you can see, it's used on a daily basis. And then as the crayons, if they break or if they get down too low, I just replace them with new crayons. So I also got these on Amazon. I will try to find the link for you and leave it down below for you guys. So if you want to know anything else about our classroom or anything else that I have, just let me know and I will do a video on it. I have a lot of stuff, but we use everything in our classroom. I'm just now starting to kind of change out our posters to more advanced posters for Mason. Mason kind of gets the top of the wall, and then we keep the bottom of the wall mainly for Mina. But if you have any other questions about our schoolroom or what I have or what I use, just let me know, and I will do a separate video on that for you guys. All right, with that, I'm going to end this video because it's probably a half hour long. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my homeschool haul. I had a blast. I'm so thankful and grateful that we were able to go and attend. It was fantastic, and I would highly recommend it to any homeschooling parent out there to at least attend one, just to get the experience. So I will definitely be going back next year. So, all right, guys, I will be talking to you soon. All right, bye, guys.